Hello everyone, I am Luke, and welcome to Battle 148 of the Promethean Directive Season 2. This will be the second battle of Blue River Defense Facility, where we have the first wave of each side. Those guys are fleeing for some reason. They'll probably figure it out. With 5 dragons, 30-odd Pegasus, a bunch of Air 1 craft, up against 38 of each of BRIC's underwater defenses and 2 ghosts. Let's see how this goes. So many AIs, so many things. But the game is not doing too bad. I will take 1/3 game speed for this kind of battle. It mayhaps would be prudent to use the in-game recording, but I have confidence that we'll run okay. Now, once more, the attackers have the chance for mid-battle reinforcements with 5 drills, should all of their dragons die. But other than that, we'll see which side finishes off the other side first, and then both sides will get their reinforcements for the second wave, as part of the new battle rules regarding delagification. Slowing down a tiny bit now that the dragons are hitting the enemies, but not too terribly. Pretty powerful lands on these guys. So these 2 fellas here have their AIs off because they were a pop-up defense fleet that got built, and they'll have their AIs turned back on in about 2 minutes because we're moving at 1/3 game speed, and I've given them a minute of AI off. But their lands can still function, that's fine. I don't think they're too powerful. Yeah, I like that little dragon trying to poke the sky from the other side. Didn't seem to have done much, but there might be internal damage that I can't see. Oh, definitely slowed down there for a second. But that could have just been an ammo explosion or something. Now looks like random stuff is dying, but it's probably mostly Pegasus, because there's just a ton of them. Slowly the Pegasus chaff will get worked through. But in the meantime, looks like most of these instant missiles are going to be killing Air 1's craft. Super bad. There is no way this guy survives this many instant air missiles. In the last battle, there were a lot less defenses, and not many fewer attackers, if any. But in this one, there are so many defenses, and that means so many lasers. And there's a lot more you need to chew through if you want to win. Plus, the ghost being alive will certainly help. Okay, it is almost time to get the AIs back. Now time. Oh, of course the AIs got resorted. Okay, there's an AI off. Somewhere is the other one. Surely one of them hasn't died already, right? No. I'll find it one of these days. There it is. Okay. Both ghosts now have their AIs on, and they can begin offensive operations. That poor breakdown voltage is trying to retreat, but to no avail. It has been incendiaried to death. Super badly. Meanwhile, we've got 2 dragons despawning, and a couple defenses alongside them. Breakdown voltage here is the latest attacker to earn the ire of the defenses, unless those guys are going after longer range stuff. Might be. Or it might depend on which ones can turn to hit him in time. Couple things are AI dead. Is that or 2 damage? There goes that voltage still decaying. Or about to decay. There goes a Pegasus, I'm surprised so much stuff is hitting the Pegasus, given that most of the missiles seem to be after these guys. But a lot of them are dying. Could be some friendly fire or collisions or who knows what, but hard to say. There are still 2 dragons left. Once they're out, they'll get the drills. Oh, that could be possible. If the Pegasus have exposed jets, they could have a huge infrared signature. Could be. So in the meantime, that breakdown voltage is definitely doomed with how much fire it is on. There's a downed dragon, and is that a crash dragon? Nope, Pegasus. Oh, there goes one more diff. You can see there's a pretty big hole in the defensive line over here, but there's still a lot left. And there is one operational dragon still in this. Which does appear to be fully capable despite being at 91% health. Assuming that once this guy is dead, the attackers will want to despawn that guy just so they can get their reinforcements in. Yep. I'll go ahead and wait for this guy to eventually perish before I bother with his fellow. Oh, looks like he's killed one underwater diff pretty handily there. There goes another Pegasus. Oh, that is a lot of fire. I was gonna see where the next missile target was, but it's definitely that guy. And that breakdown voltage just went down as well. Those dopants and particle over there are looking good because they have yet to get targeted. The ghosts, meanwhile, are vibing at 98%. I'm not if we get to battle wave number 2 soon, I'm not sure BRIC will get or need any reinforcements. They've only lost a handful of defenses. They're probably still pretty close to 2 mil. Whereas the attackers have suffered a lot of these expensive thruster craft destroyed. They've lost. They are about to lose their last dragon, and a lot of Pegasus have been whittled out as well. If you want to despawn that guy prematurely, let me know, otherwise I'll leave him in there. Okay, despawn the dragons and spawn the drills. Will do. The drills have now been spawned in once those last 2 dragons got despawned. And we'll now see what they can do against the missile defenses, but I'm guessing they will struggle. I know they've gotten an update, but the diffs might be pretty effective against them. We'll see. Most of them may have lost their ammo, though. But I do know that just from collisions and random missiles hitting them, they don't last too long typically. Probably not long enough to get through 38 defenses, or the 30-odd that are left anyways. Meanwhile, this dopant is looking kinda bad, as is this one. They haven't clearly eaten a full missile salvo, but they're starting to burn. And it seems like a whole new salvo is heading towards them. Yeah, that is a big yikes. This dopant is for sure toast. The other one might survive longer because it's only taken seemingly 2 missiles that have wanted to kill it. In the meantime, let me go check out the great target prio sponge of this ghost. It is at 94%. Seemingly still has most of its armor. Oh, and the drills want to kill it. I know in previous battles the drills have been saved for once all of the aircraft were killed, and I'm guessing this is why, because their target prio probably prefers aircraft for some reason. That may have been a minor oversight, or it may be intentional. I'm not sure. We will see. There goes another dopant. drills are starting to chunk into this guy. Although only on glancing hits so far, but that's pretty damaging. Oh, I just saw a rotary blast gun. They have the Sandstorm anti-rubber technology. They're evolving. Hang on a minute. Have they just been slapped onto the outside? Yes, they have. I assume it's got some rubber protection on it, but that's funny. I don't know if you can deco-hide those things or not, because I know they're a semi-complex model, but that's still fun. The BRIC's lost several percentage points since it started engaging these guys, but that's really not bad for having 5 drills that really want you dead. It does seem, however, to have lost a lift, unless this is an intentional technique, but I kind of doubt it. The other Ghost, meanwhile, is at 96%, being attacked by 1 drill and 1 breakdown voltage. Probably that particle's after it too. Meantime, there goes 1 more breakdown voltage, and that macroscopic particle, as well as that one, are sure to die soon with how much incendiary they are burning with. 1 more underwater defense lost, though. That Ghost is getting eaten so badly. Going into the water was not good for it. Yikes. The only good thing about going in the water here is that it's taking 2 of the drills down with it, seemingly. Partly to friendly fire. That guy, I don't know if those would have survived if not for that missile hit or not. This guy, though, has lost his drill, so that is 3 drills neutralized. I don't know where the 4th one got up to, but there's probably still 1 over here harassing this Ghost. Yeah. I doubt the Ghost's missiles are able to hit it. Ooh, big yikes. Yeah, BRIC are definitely going to need some new Ghosts for their wave 2. Definitely. Because I bet this guy gets grounded. And probably pretty well disabled. I think the only thing that can stop this drill now is if some ammo blows up close enough to damage it. Or if weird stuff happens during the collision with the ground. Oh yeah, it's starting to... Actually, just starting to lose its sides, probably, to collisions, and it may start burning at the front if the fire transfers. I don't know how well fire does transfer like that, though, but something to watch out for. I, though, will be getting back over to the rest of the battle to see how things are going over here. That poor little decoy is trying and very badly failing to save its mothership. I don't think even a single missile falled for it. As another macroscopic particle despawns. Meanwhile, yep, that last drill seems to be going out as well. Particle's dead. Particle will soon be dead, probably. I guess the most interesting stuff is still over here, where there's a Ghost is at 86, and its killer is at 87 and just caught very much on fire. I don't know what made it catch fire. Could have been the missile silos it is actively inside of. Or could have been some friendly fire or something, I really don't know. But it is overpinning. Never mind. It is, its fire is glitching through. But it has definitely done a good job of really hampering this thing's missile capability. I know missiles are meant to be inside of missile silos, but I don't think this is what they meant. Yeah, probably not quite. This thing just picked up a little parasite. Ooh, big terrain damage on that one. You can go ahead and blame the map builder, which unfortunately for you guys is in your alliance, though not in this battle. So, take that however you will. But these are definitely the hills that finish off damaged Erewhon craft. I don't know if they don't have enough spare lift to make it up, or if it's an AI issue or what. Looks like they just can't quite climb fast enough. Yeah. Big yikes. Any future battles will try to get us further away from the cliffs if I can. But back over to the main line. The missiles are just going after a particle theory, which is going after the downed ghost, it seems. But fortunately for BRIC, their missiles seemingly just barely have the range to attack this guy. Half of them do. Anyways. Going to the map view, we can see that there are a bunch of disabled UMAs, Pegasus, a detection drone that got abandoned over there, one theory at 67, the embedded drill, one dopant, which is despawning, I think. Yes. And one particle, which is fairly damaged. So we will pretty soon be getting the second wave involved. This guy either rammed the ground again or ate a bunch of missiles because he took some more damage there. I'm just going to read through the chat here, see how much I've missed. Yeah, the drills were really bad at landing their first hit, but once they bit in, they bit in hard. I like how Lions here is defending himself. Crashing into a very straight, flat mountain plateau is a skill issue. Fix your max altitude. You would like to retreat. Yeah, we can do that. 2 particles at, we'll call it 65. Oh, the ghost is back up. It slayed its parasite. Why are the tubes still here? What? Magic BRIC missile tubes can't be killed by no drill. What? Hello everyone, and welcome back to a battle that looks a lot like the last one, which is just wave 2 of the previous battle. We were just going to use the already spawned in craft, but FTD completely broke, and local weapon controllers were firing at nothing, and the dragons were going on a mission of ineffable importance towards nothing. But now we've got a fresh, restarted game, and everything does seem to be working right. We, on the defending side, just have a few less defenders with the same a new pair of ghosts at full HP, and once more with the AIs off. And then on the attacking side, we have the exact same force, but with 20 less of the Pegasus. And let's see what is what. I am immediately totally fumbling the camera control to see what's happening. Okay, these guys either rammed each other. Looks like they rammed each other a little bit, but they may have also been getting hit by missiles because a lot of those are coming in. I don't know actually what the missiles went after, but I'm sure they did a lot. Like last time, the dragons are kind of grouping up and assaulting the left side of the riverbank, with probably less collision between each other this time. Yeah, they're mostly still around 100. And as usual, we've already got a Pegasus that crashed into the wall or got missiled or something. And another 2 minutes based on our game speed before the ghosts get their AIs back on. The ghosts are once more taking a lot of fire and tanking it quite well. That is a very on-fire dopant and a slightly on-fire breakdown voltage. But neither is looking good. Turns out once more that a lot of instant missiles is very good. Looks like we've lost 4 defenses on the left bank here, and I think 1 on the right bank. The only casualties really last battle for the defenders were a few defenses, 1 of the ghosts, and then 1 ghost got brought to about 80% by being drilled very badly. We'll see whether or not they manage a better ratio in this one. I'm guessing they will, because slightly less enemies, but it's really hard to say. Yeah, once more these voltages are not looking hot. I think it'll probably depend on where vehicles end up. If they all group up in the middle, as seems like the case, I bet the attackers will last a lot less time. Because previously if they like targeted a ghost and ended up circling really wide, then they would be fairly immune to the missiles of the defenders, like that particle over there probably is. Whereas if they get stuck in the middle like these two, then they'll just get pulled apart. But, speaking of being pulled apart, the defenses aren't looking too great either. And it is, however, now time to bring the ghosts online. The ghosts are now operational with their AIs turned to being able to fire. And we'll see how that affects things. Oh, they've got diff. That is diff C-Wiz. Anti-missile flak to supplement the lands and probably help with missile swarms. Pretty cool. Meanwhile, the dragons, so one dragon is just disabled at the bottom of the ocean. The other ones are taking some mostly friendly damage, I think, while 2 are still mostly fully operational. Ooh, yeah, these 2 are not going to be too long for this world. They are getting shot at by the diff, so it's kind of hard to know which is what's friendly fire, what is terrain collision, what's friendly collision, and what is diffs. Or random missiles that come over here, because there are quite a few of those. Once more, there's quite a few Pegasus in the water that are slowly getting chewed through by whatever missiles decide to go after them. But yeah, we've already got most of the dragons disabled. And that might be the first Erewhon craft casualty for this wave. A breakdown voltage over there is dead. As is a dopant, and soon to join them will be a breakdown voltage. This guy, we will see if he turns before he hits the mountain. But to be fair to him, he's running away beyond 3 kilometers, so anything that he suffers to the cliffs is kind of his own fault. If I were more frustrated with the speed of battle, I would maybe penalize him for running well beyond 3 kilometers, but I don't care in this one. He will suffer whatever fate befalls him. This ghost, meanwhile, is kind of vibing at 95%. I don't think the ghost will take much more than, we'll get below 90 without drills in play, which may be joining us soon, as we're down to just 2 dragons that need to be disabled before the rest will get despawned, and the drill wave will join us. Actually, he's going to retreat the dragons right now and send in the drills. The 5 drills have now arrived to replace the retreated and scrapped dragons. And we will see if they're able to do anything to these ghosts. Meanwhile, a person is saying that Placeholder did not choose the right fleet comp for this battle, which I do believe. You are losing very badly, which is a indicator of a bad fleet comp or just a bad force set in general. I assume a lot more melee would do you better, but with the new rules you can only bring in so much melee. So I'm not sure what would do better here. Obviously something that can... probably something that can kill the ghosts quickly. Yeah, maybe drills first, then dragons could have worked better for you. And then you would also want... I don't know if you have anything that has enough anti-missile to survive the batteries. But I know that some of these craft were improved since they last saw combat to be hardened against missiles, and it clearly has not hardened them much. We are having another drill get... oh, I was about to say embedded, but it did not actually stay. Yeah, we'll see how well the drills do. That ghost is still pretty much untouched, but this one is taking a lot of drill attention. That's probably not good for these guys. But maybe they won't friendly kill each other. One of them's still at full health and the other one's 96. This is actually like peak drills eating a craft right here, to be honest. They're doing well. Slowly taking a bit of damage. Oh, close one. Yeah, this ghost is going down hard. The question will be how many drills it brings with it, and whether or not the drills can stay around to take on the second ghost. This ghost is eating it pretty hard. I bet that drill will not survive the ground impact, because I bet it will eat some of the terrain. Or it might get eaten by a friendly, who knows. That drill right there might get terrain crushed if this guy goes down quick. Or they'll provide enough lift to keep it off the ground, who knows. The joys of melee shenanigans. Oh, there goes one drill though. Not sure quite what took it down. In the background, meanwhile, that voltage is probably going to get burned to death. That dopant has been killed. And these guys over here are retreating from the main missile defense area. So the Erewhon fleet may have a good time to eat up these to take down these ghosts, and then refocus on the defenses. But I doubt by that point they'll have enough forces left to take on the defenses. They may not even kill this ghost because that drill is very on fire and will probably not survive very long. The other drill is slightly on fire and may not survive. But they also might just cut this guy in half. Or at least getting close. That is impressive work though. Missiles on both sides of the drill, I think, are firing. Oh, that drill is totally gone. Turned into atoms. This ghost, meanwhile, just 100 to 0 obliterated that drill when it rammed its vertical stabilizer back there. That is what happens when a drill loses its rubber. Unless it didn't have rubber to begin with, but I assume they're totally rubber coated. Yeah, that drill is a little bit scared to re-engage now that he saw his comrade get destroyed. Lambs are doing good work. Kind of. Looks like they've lost most of their charge at this point. But in the meantime, there goes another macroscopic particle. Those guys over there are fairly damaged. Oh, and the drill is getting back to work. but with a catastrophic amount of damage, I suspect, just taken during that run. Okay, after the ghost dies, the attackers will retreat. Where did that ghost go? I don't know if this ghost will die, fellas. That drill appears to be permanently jammed, and I'm not sure you have the DPS to kill this before the missiles eat you up. Now, you are mostly away from those guys. That guy is probably going to go ahead and kill himself on the ground if the missiles don't get to him first. No, he did evade it. Nicely done. Maybe he evaded it. That front damage looks suspiciously like what you get from ramming a mountain face first. The missile silos will be sure to finish him off, though. Over on this side, this ghost is vibing. It's lost seemingly one propeller, unless it's intentionally off to assist in a turn. And the more damage ghost is at 70, so it may yet die. We'll have to see though. It's down to probably just 4 missile tubes. Maybe 5. We'll have to see whether or not they all manage to reload or not. It probably lost its lands. Yeah, look at that. 3 missile tubes in front of the drill are still firing. And 2 of the tubes behind the drill are. This, I guess, is why you use the technology of this instead of a full row of missile connectors like I typically do. That means that if you have a drill go right through the middle of your missiles, you can still fire both ends. That is some smart building right there. That particle might burn to death. It may. If those missiles land, it will definitely burn to death. Yeah, that guy's probably done for. This guy is trying to retreat, but will definitely burn out before he gets there. And that seemingly just leaves a 1 particle. Are we really at that point? That particle's done for. That particle is still alive. That is a drill. And there's a voltage and a voltage that are pretty low over here. This guy is going to try and retreat. His associate is probably the one over there that's 2 damage now. Yeah, they're not taking the ghost down. This ghost is going to endure. It may have a parasite in it, but it is still going to keep firing missiles, and it still has the support of the missile batteries from the Blue River Defense Facility, even if some of them are out of range at this point. Yep, those 2 guys are dead. It is just 1 macroscopic particle theory. Would you like to retreat this guy? I assume you would, but I would like confirmation. Because if you don't act soon, he will be killed. Retreat anyone alive? It's probably just going to be this guy. I will trust that he can get out of range, but we'll see. He's currently juking. If he can survive... I'm not convinced this guy will get out of here. Yeah, he's still handily in range of that ghost over there. And I think that last batch of incense will kill him. Even if I did give him the retreat order, I don't think he was making it out of here. So that is going to be a total defense sweep, but there's still some Pegasus, but I think they're all in the water. And those other guys are just decoys. Yeah, this particle's gonna burn down. He was not set to retreat, no, but he was moving generally away from the battle, so I didn't bother with the setting. Actually, maybe. He is 3% away. I think that fire is gonna spread. No, okay, I will let this guy retreat on 57. Very close, but that will end the battle here. Thank you all for watching. Big sweep for BRIC.